Hey, welcome to EPN. My name is Victor Lucas. We bring you the latest in everything cool every single day. Today from the Xbox conference here at E3. Microsoft wrapped up their big E3 press conference this morning, and here's what they announced. Yep, we're getting two new versions of the Xbox One. The first thing Microsoft showed off is the rumored slimmer model called the Xbox One S. It's 40% smaller, offers 4K video, and it starts at $299 when it launches this August. There's also a new controller that comes in a variety of customizable colors. Pretty sleek. The second new console wasn't shown off, but was confirmed. It's called Project Scorpio and will be much more powerful and support VR. It hits stores holiday 2017, and best of all, Microsoft says every game and peripheral will continue to be supported by all three versions of the Xbox One. As for games, Gears of War 4 now has a release date, October 11th. It will be one of the first titles to support Microsoft's new Xbox Play Anywhere program, where users can buy a game once and get it on both the Xbox One and Windows 10 with sync saves and achievements, as well as cross-platform multiplayer. Gears villain General Rom is coming to Microsoft's fighting game, Killer Instinct. And if fighting games are your thing, Tekken 7 is coming in early 2017. Microsoft's biggest franchise is getting tactical once again with Halo Wars 2. It deploys February 21st, 2017, but if you can't wait until then, a week-long beta launches today on Xbox Live. The racing franchise Forza is back with Forza Horizon 3 taking the open-world action to the outback of Australia. For the first time in the series, there's 4-player campaign co-op, allowing players to drop in and out while their friends are racing. There's also crossplay between the Xbox and PC. It launches September 27th. The robotic Xbox One game Recore, produced by Mega Man co-creator Keiji Inafune, launches September 13th. If early releases make you happy, the first big expansion for The Division is coming June 28th as a timed exclusive on the Xbox One, and Battlefield 1 will launch a week early on the console via EA Early Access. Xbox Live is getting some new stuff. Clubs and Looking for Group bring new social features, making it easier to find people with shared interests to play with. There's also the new Arena competitive gaming feature offering built-in esports. Microsoft didn't announce cross-platform with the PS4, but cross-platform is coming to Minecraft thanks to Minecraft Realms. It brings together players on a wide variety of platforms, from consoles to tablets and VR headsets. Microsoft's ID at Xbox initiative to help publish indie games is bringing us We Happy Few, a cool game that looks like a cross between Fallout and A Clockwork Orange. The Witcher developer CD Projekt Red is going the Hearthstone route with a digital card game called Gwent based on the popular minigame from the Witcher series. A closed beta starts in September. Gamers are getting a zombified Christmas gift with the rumored Dead Rising 4 this holiday season, featuring the return of original hero Frank West. If you're still not sick of zombies, State of Decay 2 was announced. Yep, you'll get to kill way more zombies. Scalebound will have cross-platform co-op, allowing you and your friends to take on your enemies, each with your own shape-shifting dragon. That launches next year. Rare's pirate game, Sea of Thieves, got its first gameplay shown off. It's Rare's most ambitious project ever and lets players live the pirate life like they've always wanted. No release date on that one yet. All throughout the show, Microsoft put an emphasis on the Xbox One and Windows 10, reminding everyone that the new operating system is just as good for games as the console. Despite the new versions of the Xbox One, the PC master race is strong. And before Microsoft hit the stage this morning, Electronic Arts was the first publisher to kick off the E3 festivities. On Sunday afternoon, they held EA Play, the big event that combined a press conference with hands-on game demos that, unlike most of E3, were open to the public. The biggest game they showed off was TitanFall 2. It's getting cool new gameplay features like a grappling hook, and there's also a single-player story campaign, something that was noticeably absent from the first game.
A single player. That was something we tried to do on last game and realized very quickly that we wouldn't be able to get it all, a good multiplayer and a good single player done. And so this time, yeah, we took that on. And that is obviously one of our big pushes.
Yeah.
Just a really compelling, real single-player campaign that's an offline thing. It's not training for multiplayer. It's a real story-based single-player game.
I got the chance to play Titanfall 2, and you can watch my hands-on impressions by clicking the link on your screen or in the description below. The other big game demoed at EA Play was Battlefield 1, which offers dynamic multiplayer matches with up to 64 players. It also has a single-player story campaign, and because those are all the rage these days, EA is also bringing one to FIFA 17. The new soccer game will feature a story campaign called The Journey, where players take the role of a young up-and-coming soccer star, kind of like a cheesy sports movie. For all of you indie game fans, EA announced a new publishing initiative called EA Originals, where they'll partner with indie studios to help finance and release their games. The first EA Originals title shown off is Fae from Swedish developer Zoink Games, a 3D adventure that looks like a cross between Journey and Ori and the Blind Forest. Out in space, EA showed off some new footage from Mass Effect Andromeda, which looks bigger and better thanks to the new technology of the PS4 and Xbox One. That hits Earth in early 2017, and we can't wait. But the biggest sci-fi offering from EA's presentation was Star Wars. The publisher confirmed that an all-new Battlefront game will deploy next year, including characters and planets from The Force Awakens. They also showed off the first behind-the-scenes footage from the untitled Star Wars game coming from Dead Space developer Visceral Games, directed by Uncharted's Amy Hennig. That project will be story-driven with original characters, and it looks like it will take place during the same time period as the original Star Wars trilogy. Expect that in 2018. Sometime after that, Titanfall developer Respawn Entertainment will release their own new Star Wars game set in a different era, and EA's plan is to release one big Star Wars game every year. Former Assassin's Creed producer Jade Raymond is helping to oversee all of the new Star Wars projects from EA. We asked her how, with so many Star Wars games in the pipeline, they're still able to come up with original stories that will appeal to players.
I mean, you just think about it. I mean, in Battlefront, it's really the fantasy of being, a soldier, right?
Yeah.
It's like, and there's a lot of that, and the piloting of spaceships and all that stuff. But think of all the other different roles that you have in Star Wars, the different types of characters. It really opens up a whole bunch of different types of gameplay. So there's a lot of different experiences that we can put together.
The Force is definitely strong with her. We can't wait to play what they've got in the works. And not to be outdone was Bethesda. They held their second ever E3 press conference last night. The first thing Bethesda announced was the rumored new Quake game titled Quake Champions. In keeping with the roots of the franchise, it will focus on competitive arena-style combat with a wide array of different characters. Since Bethesda and their subsidiary id Software have had great success reviving other classic shooter franchises like Wolfenstein and Doom, this one has us quaking in anticipation. Sorry about that. Speaking of which, the new Doom is getting a big batch of DLC next month called Unto the Evil, which includes 3 new maps, a new playable demon, and a cool new gun. If DLC is what you want, Fallout 4 is getting 3 new batches. The first is called Contraptions and lets you build your own crazy machines. The second is called Vault Tech Workshop and lets you build your very own vault. And the final batch DLC for Fallout 4 is called Nuka World, giving you new missions inside a post-apocalyptic theme park. That's not the last of Fallout 4, though. A virtual reality version of the game is coming to the HTC Vive in 2017. Bethesda also demoed a new VR version of Doom, but they haven't said when or if that will be released in homes. As for the mobile game Fallout Shelter, that's getting a PC version next month, complete with quests and mod support. Bethesda's other mobile game, The Elder Scrolls Legends, is now set to launch later this year with a beta test starting soon. Staying in the world of Tamriel, The Elder Scrolls Online is getting an update that will get rid of the customary MMO level restrictions, allowing players to explore anywhere they want and participate in any quest regardless of how low their level is. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, the last single-player game in the series, is officially coming to the PS4, PC, and Xbox One with better visuals and audio this October. And one of the last big games Bethesda showed off is Dishonored 2. The first gameplay footage was revealed, and it's looking even better than the original. You'll be able to play it on November 11th, and Dishonored 2 developer Arcane Studios has something else up their sleeves. They're working on an all-new Prey game. It's a fresh start for the series and won't have much in common with the canceled Prey 2, which Bethesda officially killed in 2014. The new Prey is slated to drop in 2017. That's not all. Bethesda might have announced one more new game during their presentation. Hidden at the start of their webcast appears to be a reference to an unannounced Wolfenstein game called New Colossus. Pretty sneaky, Bethesda. We love it. And that wraps us up for the rundown. Sony is holding their big press conference tonight, so we're going to have all of that info plus the latest from Ubisoft and Nintendo in tomorrow's rundown. And keep it locked to our channels all week long for our E3 coverage. Thanks for watching. Hey, thanks for checking out that video on our EPN channel. It's just one small part of the things that we make around here. So if you liked it, don't forget to check out some of our other vids and hit that subscribe button.